It's been quite a while since I managed to watch Jurassic World Dominion at the cinema, and I figured that I would give out my raw, unfiltered thoughts about it. No influence from film reviewers or YouTube who managed to see it. And another thing is that, I'll still be using game footage as usual because I can't really come up with some weird compilation of using the official clips as background footage as I talk. And even with the official clips, short movies, and trailers associated with it, like, they don't suffice for me well. And finally, this video is going to have spoilers for the movie, so if you haven't watched, just click away or something. So, the first thing I want to talk about is all of the good stuff. I like how the returning characters from the original GP trilogy, Ian Malcolm, Alan Grant, Ellie Sadler, they actually do stuff essential to the movie. Like, we got to see them doing stuff like in the original JP movies and like in Fallen Kingdom, where it's basically just Ian testifying to Congress. I also like that they basically fixed the franchise's biggest sin since inception, which was adding feathered dinosaurs. Yep, I'm probably gonna get shit on for saying that, especially since like their T-Rex and Velociraptors, they still don't have feathers. And even though there are like only three feathered dinos featured in the movie, as far as my memory is concerned, all of which haven't been seen in the franchise until this point, it's still a great start at least. And if anything, if there was going to be any more stuff for since after JP Dominion, I hope that they start giving feathers to more dinos soon. Now let's go deal with what I didn't like with the movie. Like with what happened by the end of Fallen Kingdom, you'd probably be thinking that this movie would be about how people will have to deal with dinos in a modern world, and honestly, I feel like it should stick with that. But nope, we got giant locusts instead, and the movie focuses on those instead. Like, why did they even consider making? Why did they consider even make coming up with them in the first place? Like, the dinosaurs in our world of the part of the movie is way more interesting in itself. That I feel like it should be the main focus of the movie, not fucking trying to stop giant locusts from killing everything for fuck's sake. And speaking of dinosaurs coexisting with humans, the movie basically only touches the surface. Like, yeah, sure, we had illegal dino poaching and breeding and even pets and cockfights, but we don't get to see how they affect the natural ecosystems. Reintroducing dinosaurs, as everyone knows, will basically fuck up the entire food chain, and they don't even give like 10 fucks about it. What's gonna happen to all of the wolves and moose and practically every modern day animal now that they're creatures they probably can't even match up well against? And not just nature, but for most of human infrastructure as well. Like, if you think about it, a Tyrannosaurus just walking into a city, yep, that's right, just simply walking, not even killing anything, or just eating anything, it would mess up stuff. It would basically, like, destroy power lines and cables and all that stuff. And and cities aren't even designed to deal with that such stuff. Like, the closest thing I've ever seen to basically one of the prehistoric creatures of the movie living in the cities are that part where there were quetzals making a nest on top of a skyscraper, but that's just about it. Nothing really special. Oh yeah, I also forgot those parts where dinosaurs are basically just wandering into human settlements and making it their homes, but still they never even just focused on it. Like, they never even touched about it. And what the hell are the humans probably even gonna do? Like, besides even calling the military or whatever. Can they? I mean, they never even focus on humans basically trying to adapt to their existence or trying to basically modify their cities or coming up with ways to try to deal with them or whatever. Another thing that I want to talk about the movie is the dinosaurs that are featured in the movie, and the first one I'm gonna focus on is the Giga, aka the movie's big bad, because Universal gave up on making a hybrid creature to fulfill that role, I guess, because no one liked the Indominus or Indoraptor besides those, I don't know, 5-year-old kids and Awesome Bros or whatever. And about it, it was kind of a pretty good pick, especially as an apex predator. Only hope is that they don't try to bury it within the mud like what they did with the Spino from JP3. Then there's the Dilos, and I gotta admit, I actually really wanted to see them again because they only appeared in the original Jurassic Park, and I always wanted to know what happened to them after the Isla Nublar incident. Then there were the Dimetrodons, and I kind of sighed to myself when they showed up because I thought to myself, did the fucking studio think that Dimetrodons are dinosaurs? Like, with so many goddamn dinosaur related media that I know about. But at least they were a great pick for that scene in the Amber Mines. And even though they were slow, they were still pretty scary back there. Then there was the Atrociraptor, and I gotta admit, like, when they were introduced, I initially thought that they were like the big bad hybrid for the movie, like the Indominus and the Indoraptor, until I looked them up and afterwards, and I was like, where I fucking hate myself now. Like, why the fuck didn't I realize it anytime sooner? Like, the reason why I thought that they thought they were hybrids, the big bad hybrid in the first place, like with the other Jurassic World movies, was because like the atrocious part, the part of their name that says atrocious, like it kind of implied that they would be pretty like it kind of implied that they would be like the big bad or something. And finally, that final fight scene. I didn't really care too much about it. Like, unlike back when I watched Jurassic World, where I got pretty hyped over who would win, but over here in Jurassic World Dominion, I didn't really care that much, honestly, over who would win. I mean, I pretty much expected the Giga to basically just curb stomp the Tyranno like with the Spino from JP3, but no, because everyone loves Tyrannosaurus. Instead, it gets impaled by a Therizino. But that was pretty satisfying to say the least, I guess. But overall, I feel like the movie was pretty okay at best. It didn't really change me or my thoughts about the Jurassic Park franchise as a whole. Like, when I left the cinema, the only thing in my mind was like, damn, what a good movie. And yep, I could have continued talking more about the characters of the movie or whatever the hell you might come up with, in the comments at least. But for the characters, I can't really come up with something other than the fact that they're pretty okay and they actually do stuff that is essential for the movie at least. But anyways, that's all for this video, and goodbye for now.